Still ahead, we're honoring our Vietnam-era heroes in a special way. That's right, a live trip to the Fenton History Center where the Finding Vets program brings local vets together for a fellowship story and a little research. Stavros Singleton is standing by with a sneak peek. Stavros?
Gia, Tori, we're counting down to Veterans Day, and there's no better place to celebrate than right here at the Fenton History Center. The Vets Finding Vets program has been a gathering spot for years, giving every Vietnam-era veteran a free year to meet fellow vets, share a coffee, and even dig up genealogy or old buddy lists. Coming up, we'll meet Barb Cessna, the heart of this mission, and later hear from local vets talking honor flights, homecomings, and why gathering together still matters. I'm Stavros Singleton, and I'll see you again real soon here on CCS-TV.
We want to honor our Vietnam-era veterans, and any veterans at all, really, but I think specifically this is for the Vietnam-era veterans.
Yeah.
It's the Vets Finding Vets program, and it has been a social hub for years. It's a place to meet, talk, and sometimes dig into the past.
Stavros Singleton is there now. Stavros?
Gia, Tori, meet Don Armstrong, pleasure to meet you as well. A Vietnam-era Army Security Services veteran and recent honor flight traveler. Don, firstly, thank you for your service. I have some questions for you today. Were you drafted or did you enlist?
I enlisted.
We've got some noise going on back at the studio, but you have just returned from an honor flight. How was that experience for you?
Yeah, awesome. It was an awesome flight. They showed us the World War II, the Korean. There were 4 or 5 sites that we visited, and every one of them was a pleasure to see. I was especially impressed with the new Air Force Museum, or the Air Force site. So, and my grandson loved it. He'd never been to Washington, D.C., and that gave him a chance to do that also.
That's awesome. Where did you serve during your service?
I served in Okinawa at the Army Security Agency base, and then I came back and I served in California.
That's awesome. When you were coming back, how was that experience, that welcome home?
Well, I didn't come back in any fanfare, and actually my experience was rather negative because I was looking for work, and I had credentials from the Army where I graduated 3rd highest in the class of my particular MOS, and I showed it to a couple of employers, and they said, "We don't care what you did in the Army."
That's kind of crazy. Anyways, we're here today at the Fenton History Center with Vets Finding Vets, and I'm curious, why are you here? Why do you come back to Vets Finding Vets? What is this experience like for you?
Well, it brings you to meet other people who shared the same experiences, and there's a camaraderie between all of us. We all served in different phases of the Army. Some served in Vietnam, some didn't, but it's like a brotherhood. And we meet once a week, and there are special events that they give us, which just draws us all closer together.
That's awesome. Thank you very much, Don. Gia and Tori, we'll cut back to you in the studio with a few more interviews yet to come. Thank you.
Well, we're here continuing our Veterans Day tribute live from the Fenton History Center. Today focused on Vietnam-era veterans, many who have recently returned from honor flights to D.C. Stavros Singleton has our first vet. Stavros?
Hello, Gia and Tori. I'm here with Ed Kirchhoff, a Vietnam-era veteran who served on site at 9/11 and in Germany during the Vietnam-era war. Good morning, Ed. It's nice to meet you. Thank you for your service.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.
So we've got some questions for you today, including some about your experience and about your recent honor flight, right?
Okay. My experience in Air Force, right after graduating from high school, I got my draft notice. So I enlisted into the Air Force for 4 years. I spent 14 months in the States before going to Germany. And was at 9/11 within days after the towers went down, and was there for approximately 30 days. And it was quite an experience. I still have problems at night thinking about what happened and my experience there, and seeing what happened. And I have pictures that I gave to my grandkids, so when they go through their schooling, that they can have a show and tell, and show pictures to their fellow students and give a little talk. And I don't know what else.
That's awesome. That's really great that you have those for your grandkids. That's a great piece of history for them to be able to share and talk about with other people. Next up, your honor flight. How was that, and what was that like for you?
That was another experience. We flew out of Buffalo to Baltimore, Maryland, but when the plane came in to Buffalo, the plane had American flag from one end to the other, and it was impressive. But they would do something like that for us veterans. Like I said, we landed in Baltimore. When we got off the plane and into the airport itself, there was hundreds of people greeting us and welcoming us back as Vietnam vets serving during that Vietnam era. And it was just amazing how many people showed up. And then we got on buses, and they took us into D.C. And being in the National Guard, as we were on the buses coming into the sites, I noticed tanks. Like I was in the National Guard, I was a tanker, M1 tank. And I said, my gosh, I see more tanks here in D.C. than I've ever done in my 17 and a half years in the National Guard. Of course, at that time, that weekend we were there was that parade, big parade. So they had all this military equipment there for the parade. I guess it was a 4-hour parade. But we didn't get to see any of that, or didn't even get close, because the president and officials were there to watch the parade. But they took us to different sites, military museums, and we saw the changing of the guards. And our local area had a wreath that during the changing of the guards, they had a special ceremony where they put that wreath on the gravesite, and it was impressive. And what else?
That's really awesome. That sounds like a really cool experience. It's a little empty right now, we understand. However, just before we went live, this room was packed full of veterans, and it has since died down. But what has Vets Finding Vets been like for you, Ed?
It's an experience, too. We meet once a month here in the Fenton building, and we gather together and talk and try to get information from each other as to what our experience was in the military. And then we also meet on Mondays at Christ Church here in Jamestown with the Guire Group. It's another veterans organization, and basically the same thing. Have coffee and some treats, and sometimes we have guest speakers, and it's just an enjoyable, 2-3 hour deal, just being with everybody that's served.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. It was great talking to you. When we come back, we'll be talking with Barb Cessna, the heart of this Vets Finding Vets here at the Fenton History Center. We're looking forward to talking to her, and we'll see you right back here on CCS-TV. Back to you.
Thank you, Stavros. We look forward to checking back in with you later on in the show.
Welcome back to CHQ in View. All show, we've been live at the Fenton History Center celebrating Vietnam-era veterans through Vets Finding Vets.
It's a place for fellowship, honor flight stories, and sometimes a little research.
Stavros has 2 more heroes. Stavros?
Thanks, Gia and Toy. The Vets Finding Vets program gives every veteran a free 1-year membership, but for most, it's about the people. They come to share stories, have coffee, and feel understood. Joining me is Barb Cessna, who keeps this whole operation running. Good morning, Barb.
Good morning. It's nice to have you here.
Thank you very much. It's nice to meet you. Most of the veterans here who are part of the program say that they come for the fellowship. Why is this so important for them?
It's important for the canteen guys. They're the ones that see each other the most. It's once a month, second Saturday of each month. And I personally think it helps them through their stuff, because everybody has stuff. But they enjoy hearing about other veterans and what their service was, and that opens them up more. And sometimes they want to talk about nothing but cars, car shows, whatever.
That's totally understandable. I would do the same. While resources are available, do we have any who have used them to find a lost buddy or another veteran?
Oh, sure. So our research center, which is the White Hall House off of Forest Avenue, our parking lots connect, and that's where really Vets Finding Vets started, because it was for the research, and that's the 1-year free membership. The rest of everything we do is free. And one of the things we do is I'm an unofficial, self-appointed honor flight recruiter.
That's awesome.
There are veterans around and they haven't been on an honor flight. I'm the one trying to get them to sign up. But honor flight is awesome. We're so fortunate to have a hub right in Buffalo. And we have free transportation up and back. And they are their own special club. Chautauqua County Honor Flight veterans. In fact, we just had a reunion of all of them. We do that once a year. And there are a lot of other things that we do, but yes, the ones that do research enjoy that very much. And sometimes when they finally find the one they served with that they were closest to, sometimes they'd passed away already. So that's kind of tough, but sometimes they can connect and it's good.
That's really awesome, and yes, that can be really difficult sometimes. But that's great that you guys do that. That's really cool to hear. For any veteran watching who isn't a part, how can they go about joining Vets Finding Vets?
Well, they can call. Our number is 716-664-6256. That we have in this building for canteen is nice because we have a heated ramp, so you don't have to go up the stairs if you don't want to. And our meeting place is right here in the Fenton dining room. So it's all on the first floor for what we do here. But I do tours, military tours through this building because it has been associated with soldiers and veterans since the Civil War. And the Civil War veterans were the first ones to meet here, and they were in the drawing room. So we love to tell the story of all these veterans that have been here all these years. So.
That is really cool. Thank you, Barb. It's been great meeting you and talking to all the veterans here this morning. We're going back to the studio with Gia and Tori, but until then, thank you very much.
Thank you. It's nice to meet you.
You
What
as well.
a tribute.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stavros, and an extra thank you to every single veteran.
If you know a vet, tell them about Vets Finding Vets.